Good afternoon and welcome to Friday with Fiona. I've just found my glasses and the sun's just blinding me. Not that we should complain with all this rain and weather, weird weather. Anyway, welcome to Friday with Fiona. And this week is a bit different. I'm not doing a class to go. From next Tuesday the 9th, the last chance list goes on sale for the annual catalogue that is finishing on the 30th of April and the mini catalogue that is finishing on the 30th of April. So there's lots of bargains to be had. There's up to 60% off. So if you'd like to know, you need to go to my website, have a look. There's a list and it will show you, and there's some amazing bargains. Some things aren't reduced, and then some things that are bundles that are carrying over but won't be bundles, so you wouldn't get the 10% off. You have to buy the stamp and dies or punch separately. They will finish on the 30th of April as well. Really exciting. We've got a new catalogue coming. So if you would like a catalogue, you don't already have a demonstrator and you're not a demonstrator, if you want to send me a message or put a comment below, then I will happily send you one when I receive my supply, hopefully next week sometime. So I'm just going to share with you over the next couple of weeks, bearing in mind that once the sale starts, things will sell out really quickly. So I'll need to I won't advertise what I'm doing, because I could advertise something and then it's gone. This week, I wanted to focus on the Let's Go shopping bundle. Let's go to my hands. There we go. So it's page 31 in the catalogue. The suite was designer series paper, which is retiring and I believe reduced. The stamp set, which is so fun, and the matching dies. And then there was also some sequins, because as today, we're going to do a shaker card. So the dies, you get to build a building, which is what we're going to do. If you can see in card one, you get a bench. I love the bench and a lamppost. Now, I'm not sure. I have seen people do these as hangers and people do these as lamps. I guess you could use them as either. The only thing I'm not keen on is this vine, and I haven't used it. But I'm going to have fun with it today. Now, because it's quite time consuming, all the fiddly die cutting, I've got it all ready, hopefully, so that will save a little bit of time. And where there was some embossing, I have also done that as well. So I've got two relatively straightforward cards and then one shaker card. So this is card one, and this is a designer series paper at the back. Let me get the paper and show you. I mean, I've used quite a lot of it. So there's shops, which on card two, we'll cut one out. Then there's patterns on the back. This is the one we're using now. And there's lots of little shops on the back. So the back is like geometric designs or pictures, books. I've used those books. I did a card for my granddaughter's birthday, and I cut all the books out, and she's studying English at uni, so I put a couple of names on the books. Some more shops, some bread. So this is for the bakery. This is probably the one I like least. More shops. I've used quite a lot of the paper, as you can see. So let's crack on. And this is so fun, and I got it quite early on, and I used it way back when. I haven't used it since, so I really wanted to have some fun with it before it goes. So I love blues and greens, so this is right up my street. So it's balmy blue and flirty flamingo. So relatively straightforward. As I said, there's quite a bit of stamping and die cutting. So my card base is half of an A4, so 21 centimeters by 14.8, scored in half at 10.5, and then my designer series paper is just down by half a centimeter, so 10 by 14.3. So I'm just going to pop that on. If you can hear a load of banging, I've got my window shut because he's right underneath me working on our porch. Just bad timing. I'm so sorry. It was pouring with rain and he was sheltering in his van, and I thought, oh great, I'll get my video done. And then the sun came out just as do you know what, I've put that on upside down, so let me get that off quickly. I was talking and not concentrating. So what I'm going to do, little trick for you, I'm going to use my heat gun. Fortunately I use Seal, not Seal Plus. and it should let me peel it off. Okay, just do this side. Isn't that awesome? So I didn't rip the paper or anything, and then I can turn it the right way around, concentrate on what I'm doing, and stick it back down again. And I might just need to touch up the glue if it's not. Let's get my bone folder. So just in the corners, I need a little bit of glue. And it might have warped my card a fraction, but the easy way is just, you know, put something heavy over the top of it and it will lie down. Right, so should have been an easy card until I messed it up. There we go. And then I'll, yeah, it's slightly warped, but I can put something heavy on it once I've finished. Right, so I have already stamped the large, so the large bit here, which is the door, the ground floor, and then the upper floor. I've just realised I've only done one upper floor, but that's okay, we'll just go with that. That's for my stamping. Okay. Oops, daisy. So what I'm going to do, I'm also stamped in Flirty Flamingo, just the door, but I only want the inside bit, but I do want the white. And if I'd used the dye, it would have cut the white part off, but I like the white, so I wanted to have it. There we go. So just literally cutting the door out. So we're going to be a single story shop, this one, not a two-story, not a very big department store. Okay, so just going to glue that on there. And this is just for a bit of colour pop. You could just leave it as it is with the balmy blue. I'm just going to lay that and let that dry. Now, there are a couple of bits to do that I want to, they're the same in this card and the third card. So I wanted to do it in front of you just to show you on card 1, and then on card 2, I've already done it. So you see our windows here and here. What have I done with my dies? Oh, there they are. They're hiding. So I need my little windows and my large window. And I didn't have my big bit of card either. So much for having everything ready. And I'm just going to pop some tape to hold that in place. And I'll get my mini cut and emboss machine. So that's the big one, and then the little ones. Now yesterday I die cut these and I had to do it again. I think that's where my first bit went, because I didn't put a bit of tape on, and even though I was really careful when I put the plate down, it moved, so they were out of sync. So I'm going to try and stop that happening today. Right, and let's get the mini cut and emboss machine and my plates. Now this one is still on sale, the balmy, it's not balmy blue, boho blue. I don't use the correct order. I have arthritis, and so cranking the handle for me can be quite tough, and I found using the white one, it was really, really difficult. Let me just move this over a bit so you can see what I'm doing. There we go. So I use the grey one, and I find it works much, much better. And then what I do is, and I've got a few scratches there, I've done it wrong. Use the same plate on the bottom and then have a clear one on the top. And then when that one goes, I move that one to the bottom one and start a new one. So it saves, you don't break out two new. See, that's moved already. So I need to pop that and then just stick that down a bit harder. That's that one. Do it. And the same with these, they've moved. So I'm just going to, and then stick that down a bit harder. Put my plate in place. Oh, it's on the floor. There we go. Right, there's the window. There we go. And then I'll just get my, I'm going to put that away because I'm going to break it with my chair otherwise. Right. And then that one. So you saw how easy that was. Now I just need to peel. Where's my tweezers at now? Just need to peel this off. It's post-it tape, so you know it won't mark the card as long as you're gentle with it. I'm not keeping those because I don't really know what I would reuse them for. Put that back, and then the same with this one. Okay. And then pop that back. Okay, now what I'm going to do now, a little bit of stamping just to show you. I need to cut this down. So let me just throwing things all over the place. So on this one, this piece of white card is 6.5. But I'm only going up to the first story, so 6.5 by sort of 8.2, I think. 6.5 by 8.2. I'll do 8.5. And then I'll trim it down when we get to that point. Right. So now I'm going to place my shop over where I want it to be. And the same with my upper level. It's just going to go under there a fraction. And then I'm going to mark with a pencil that I can rub out. And I have a really good one that does that, but can I? There it is. So I'm just going to mark here lightly with a pencil. And then the same. In fact, I just need to do the 1 and 2, I think, because it's a 3. It's a set of 3 stamps. Whoa, it keeps moving this one. Let's get that in place again. Actually, I've just realised I want it quite high up, so I need the top, not the bottom. There we go. So now I know where to stamp. So I'm going to take out my, and this is a clothes shop. So we're going to have hangers, and we're going to have, well, it's not really a clothes shop. I don't know what it is. Anyway, somebody does them as lights and somebody does them as hangers. It's entirely up to you what you choose. Let's do the cafe first. Cafe. Now I need my memento because I am going to colour these in, and then what we might do is do the top ones as lights. I love this little cafe seat, so that's going to go there. Let me just clean that because I need that block again. And in fact, these two stamps I'm using, I think I've already done it on the third card to save some time. Okay, and then these ones I'm going to line up. And I think I will use them as lights this time, so I will put a bit of it's difficult to see without getting my head under the camera. Hopefully that'll be okay. Right, there we go. So I'm going to colour the Flirty Flamingo and Smoky Slate for the menu, and then I need Lemon Lolly, so we're going to do these as lights. Oh, come on. There we go. And then this is the menu. Oh, I need Balmy Blue as well for the table. And Flirty Flamingo for the chairs. Nope, I need the dark one. It matches the door then. And Balmy Blue. So I'm not going to make you sit and watch this in all the cards, just the first one. I do love this set. I really wish it was carrying over. Okay. So I'm going to blend out of the way. I might move them again later. Right, so now I'm going to layer. Oh, I need to rub out my pencil marks first. That's that. So now I'm going to layer with dimensionals. The ground floor. And I'm going to use this for the shaker card, and you'll see how much more careful I have to be with the adhesive when we do that, but it's still fun. Right, put that there, and that there. That should be enough. And then the top one, the same thing. Just cut that in half. the ends of the dimensionals are excellent when you want a narrow strip. The narrow strips that we're going to be using later are thicker, which you'll see in the shaker, but I just want to use normal dimensionals. So this bit at the end is perfect. One more bit. There's one bit cut already. There we go. Those of you who've watched me before, you know I do like my dimensionals. I just don't like having things sag in the middle, because once you put it in the post, you know you've got no control over if it gets squashed or not. Okay, so hope everybody had a lovely Easter. Mind you, it feels like ages ago already, doesn't it? Right, let's put the ground floor on first, and then the top floor tucks in underneath the roof of top. It's really clever. Nearly there, we're taking the backings off. I envy those people who've got long nails and can do it. Right, so I'm going to lay that so it's just over there. Take it straight. There we go. And then this one is just going to tuck under there like that. And to move it over a fraction. Come on. I'm trying to line these white lines up. Okay, and then I just need to trim a fraction off the top there. There we go. So this one took the longest because I wanted to show you how I did the die cutting of the windows and the stamping. And then I'm just going to lay that down. That's my example. There we go. I've got all the stuff on top of it. So I'm going to lay that down, and I'm going to use wet glue, I think. Oh, sorry. I must have knocked the camera. There we go. So sorry. Don't know what happened there. Oh, anyway, I think I must have knocked it with my head. Just check the sound. Yeah, we've still got sound. Although I have seen some people saying that there have been some funny things going on with their recordings. I've had to shut the window because he's making a noise and I'm getting hot. Okay, so that's going to dry there. And then, yes, this one's taken quite a long time. I've got my canopy and the little, and I did that with adhesive sheet on the back. So because it's so tricky to get, I say that, I thought I did, maybe I didn't. No, I did. Yes, I did. It's so tricky to get, you know, dye on such thin. So this is a really fun set. And if you haven't got it, I would really recommend it before it goes. I meant to have a look to see if it was on the reduced list before we started, but with our builder being here, things got a bit... Right, and then I'm just going to pop a little bit of glue along the top here and pop that down on there like that. And then I've got a little bit of designer series paper, so I'm just going to cut an arrow into that. So that will go on the bottom there with dimensionals. Let's put that one on first. So just to let you know, this is not my own design. This is a case from an American demo, top American demo, Erica Serwin. But I just loved her, you know, use of the colours and everything. So that's going to go in there. Then I did have a strip of white and a strip of Flirty Flamingo. My Flirty Flamingo's disappeared and I'm going to search everywhere for it. So I'm just going to stamp my sentiment, and we did hello. If I can find it, hello. Reminds me of a song by Lionel Richie. Hello again, hello. I'm just going to stamp that, and I'm going to cut that there. And I'll do the same thing. I'm just cutting an arrow. So you cut down the middle to where you want to go, and then you go in from each corner. And there you've got your arrow. It's not perfect, but it will do. And then we're just going to pop a dimensional under that. And that's card 1. So originally I had a 2-story building. Now I've got a 1-story building. I mean, you can see the designer series paper a bit more actually, so I do quite like that. So that's card 1. Moving on quickly to card 2. Now this is a much more straightforward one. I believe it's called a book fold, because basically it's scored here and glued down, and then you open it, you know, like you're opening a book. And this one should be relatively, she says. So I'm using boho blue instead of balmy blue. And I've cut a piece of designer series paper, which had the shops on one side, and on the other side is this lovely oriental pattern. What I just need to do is to score this at, what did I score it at? So it's the same size card, it's just, so it's 29.6 by 10.5, scored at 14.8, and then I've scored it again on the top side at 2.5, which is an inch. So I'll just bring my trimmer in, and I'm just, so this I'm going to stamp on. This must be, maybe it's not an inch then. That is 2.5 centimeters I need to score at from the score line. So, and then that folds back, and you don't need to do it on the bottom because it's just the top bit that's going to fold back. And then what I need to do is take my hole punch, and I'm going to just measure, and I think I did, yeah, I did about 2.5 centimeters, so an inch in from each end. Just need that back again. And in the middle, so the middle, I'm going to use inches because it's easier. 0.5 centimeter there, 0.5 inch there, 0.5 inch there, and then I want to go an inch down, and an inch up, and X marks the spot. And I need to go through both bits there. That's just a hole punch I got from Amazon, and it's, don't know what size it is, it doesn't have a thing on it. Now I'm going to put my designer series paper on. Where's my seal? On the flap, the front flap. And then the bit down the side is actually stamped. There we go. And then this bit I stamped using this decorative stamp. It's the sort of thing that would go in the canopy. I think that's what it's probably meant for. Put that the wrong way around. And I'm going to do that in Flirty Flamingo to pick out the colour in the designer series paper. And it's got balmy blue in there as well, but pop of pink is quite nice. So I'm just going to stamp. And turn it around and go back down. And it's going to be mostly covered by ribbon, so I'm not really worried about it being too precise. There we go. Just need to wipe my glass mat before I do anything, so I'll get that all over my card. And I've got it all over the block as well. Right. Okay, so where's my stamp set? There we go. Pop it back. And then I'm going to stamp Wish You Were Here on my circle. So this is a stylish shape circle, and I've cut out in black my lamppost and my bench is pecan pie. And then this is one of the shops, and it's a double-sided shop, but I cut that side off because it took up too much space. So I want Wish You Were Here. And that's in boho blue. Oh, that says you are such a sweet treat. I don't think I want to say that. Sorry about that. Right. I should have looked at what I was doing. I'm obviously doing more speed, more haste, less speed today. There we go. Wish You Were Here. So I'm doing that kind of in the middle, halfway down. So I think I might need to re-ink my pads. And because it's a circle, don't have to worry about getting it straight because I can just turn the circle. So yeah, I think it definitely discombobulated. I think having a builder around is distracting, to say the least. Right. Wish You Were Here. And then that bit, what I need to do is glue that on, rub my pencil marks out. And then glue that on, and then what I'm going to do is find the holes and pop through them. How are we doing for time? Okay. Got to crack on. Right. And then that's going to go on there. Look, my lighting's not brilliant today. Let's bring that over here. Try and cover that up. There There we go. And then now I'm going to take my hole punch again and go through the hole so I can see where I need to punch. Yeah, I've got a little bit of flirty flamingo on the back. I obviously didn't get it all up. Not much. There we go. We handy that. Okay. So I'm using, I don't have any flirty flamingo ribbon, so I'm using my sweet sorbet. So I'm going to go up through here. To tie a bow and then work out how long I need on this end. And I use different scissors for cutting my ribbon, and I put a bit of ribbon around because the cutting paper blunts your scissors, and then if you try and cut a piece of ribbon you can end up fraying the ends and it all looks a bit yucky. So right, so that's going to go up through here. Haven't made one of these for ages. And there we go. And now I can tie my bow. Quite a nice big bow, I think. Now, to hold this in place, you can put a glue dot there, which I might end up doing, but I'm going to try without it. And as I said, I want quite a big bow to take up the, like to cover the whole side, really. There we go. I just need to trim. There we go. And now we can decorate the front panel of the card. So I've got my circle. I'm just going to pop that down. I feel like I don't know what's going on with the lighting today. It's just not working. I'm so sorry about the shadow. I just can't seem to get rid of it. Right, pop that down. Wish you were here. There must be still some. Should I have a bit of kitchen roll went? To wipe that. Still wet. Can't see anything. Okay, then I'm going to pop my shop on dimensionals. There it is. Dimensionals. And overlap that with the circle, but leaving some space, and you'll see why in a minute. So I'm just going to pop a tiny bit of glue on my lamp. And pop that there. And I'm laying it flat. You'll see why in a minute. Then the bench is going to have a dimensional or two. So I'm just snipping them in half. You could use mini dimensionals, but they're so fiddly. And then the bench goes so that the lamp is behind it. And then I take my lemon lolly blend and just colour on the white. So it saves you having to do any extra cutting or anything. It's really neat, that, I think. Right, and there you go, that's card 2. So I hope you like that. That was much more straightforward. Now this one, hopefully won't take too long because I have got everything ready, but it's a shaker and it's gorgeous. So balmy blue base, pretty much the same as before, except I've done a white just to make the balmy blue pop a bit. And then and I actually, this one I stamped in balmy blue, but I didn't think it was kind of bright enough. And this is Tahitian Tide, which is about to retire. And I've got my 2 layers already done. Now, when I cut these out, I put a blank piece of white behind it to get exactly the same shape, which is really important for the shaker element. Okay. And also I'm going to be doing a little bit of stamping as just like before. I've already cut out my sign and my lamp, and I did the same. Might have trouble this time, got to find a white bit to put on there. So let me just start layering and I will show you the bit you really need to see, because you've already seen all this bit, is how to make it a shaker. So let's get to that bit as quickly as possible. So let's mat and layer these. I've just got a bit of glue all over my glass mat. So where's my chamois? It's dry, but let's see if it'll get it out. No, it doesn't. Just have to try and avoid that bit. Yes, I have got it the right way around this time. So I'm just matting and layering. It might not be straight. Right, there we go. Okay, the sentiment I'm not going to bother about. It's really the shaker bit that you need to see. So as I said, I've already stamped and die cut these out and die cut the bits underneath. And then I just want to stamp my windows. So I need my chair, coffee and chair in Memento. And I'm going to do it with the, so I'm stamping through the open window. No, I'm not. That's going to make a mark. Here we go. And then on this one, I think it's this one that I can, oh, stuck. This one I can actually, it's right where I need to put my camera, my thing. This one, I think I can stamp through the holes. Let's try it. Not straight, need to get it straight. There we go. Yes. So I'm just going to quickly colour, make these look like lamps rather than hangers. Okay. Need to get going. Take my husband to an appointment, so I'm not going to colour that one in. I didn't on that one. Now what you need to do is pop the adhesive strips. So these are thicker than the dimensionals. All sorts of bits of paper here. Now they do bend, but I find it easier to cut them. So this one I'm going to do top and bottom and sides. The ground floor one we won't probably need to use quite so much. And you want to make sure there's no gaps, because your sequins or whatever you're using as your shakers will fall out. As I said, they do bend, but right, that's the top floor. And then the bottom floor, I'm just going to go around the window. Well, I'm going to block the window off, put it that way, because I don't want the sequins getting lost in the bigger picture. Keep going out of camera range, I'm sorry. Let's leave that there. And then I'm going to block the window off. Not quite cut that through. Yeah, it doesn't want to stay down. Right, there we go. I could just stick that down there. And I think that will keep it, yeah. I'll just pop that on the side there. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is get my sequins, wherever I've done with them. There they are. And I'm just going to put a few. On the first one, I think I put too many in. So I'm not going to, just want a couple of silver ones. And then I'm going to peel off the backings. Oops, that just caught in there. Okay, so, oh no. Oh, don't do what I done. You're supposed to put window sheet down, you stupid girl. Okay. Oh, not having a good day today. So here's the window sheet. I think I'm going to run out of time. I'm going to need to peel all of this off. Okay, it won't take a minute. Let's peel all this off. Comes off much easier than dimensionals. And I've done the same with the other one as well. Slight, I bet those of you that knew what I was doing were screaming at me. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to put a window sheet. Let's stick some wet glue, and this could be drying while I'm doing the other one. So I've got a window sheet over the window. And that should dry quite quickly. And then where's my other? Okay, let's peel these off. And I need window sheet for this bit. Just need to trim that down a bit. again, I'm just going to do some wet glue. Top and bottom, and in between the windows. Give that a minute to dry. Fortunately, Tombow is very quick drying. Right, okay, so back to this one now. Oh, so here we go again with the strips, and I'm not going to cut them this time, I'm just going to bend them. So you saw me cutting them before. So I'm just going to bend it. And then I'm going to cut that bit. And that can squish down there. And then that bit can just go across like that. Okay, that's saved some time. Now, let me see if I can get these sequins. Hooray! No, they all popped out. Hold on. When I tried to pick it up with the... So I've gone from having too many to not having enough. Let's pop a few more in. Okay, so now I'm going to take my take the backings off this. And pop the back on, and I can line it up because it's cut from the same die. I can line the top and the sides up, hopefully. Right, that's the bottom part. I've just got time to do the top. Now, I'm not going to bother showing you all the decorations because today's been a bit of a calamity. So we'll just get the shaker part done. You saw me before how to do the signage and everything. And then I'm just going to get that round there. Right. Making sure there's no gaps. So I need a few sequins in there. And this time I do have window sheet in there. And pull that off. And line this up with the one that's got the lights in. Okay, so now I've just got to add them to my... I'm just going to cut that bottom bit off because it's sticking out a bit. I didn't line it up properly. So just going to pop that on with some wet glue. And then I'm going to have to dash to take my husband to an appointment. So I'm going to pop that on this side because I've got my plant pot there. Pop my first floor just tucked under there like that. And then my cafe. Don't know where my dimensionals have gone. I'm going to use this because actually it's higher than dimensionals anyway. go. And I don't have time to decorate it, I'm afraid, but you can see I did the same thing with the lamppost, and then I just stamped cafe and cut that, and that's card 2. So card 1, beautiful, 2 with the designer series paper, and 3 the shaker. That's the original one. Thanks for watching. I will be back next week. I don't know what I'll do. I will see what's still around, what I love that's still around, and take it from there. I hope you all have a lovely weekend. Thanks for watching.